37 points, 18 rebounds, and 15 assists. That's the unreal stat line of Nikola Jokic in the win against the Mavericks. To start, Jokic gets into the two-man game with Jamal to try and get him going early, as he sets a great screen for Murray, who makes the basket and gets fouled. Now it's a similar play, as this time Porter Jr. receives the Jokic handoff, and because of the defensive attention Jokic gets when rolling, MPJ is wide open for the mid-range hit. The Nuggets were doing this time and time again to start the game, as now Murray gets a free throw line floater. Jokic will often start games as the facilitator, as here he catches in space and post-ups Gafford, which then draws the double as he sprays it out to Watson, who makes a confidence three. Now with Jokic setting the screen for Brown, he rolls for a second only to then pop, completely losing Kyrie Irving for a triple. Here, Peyton Watson makes a nice cut, which creates a miscommunication between Powell and Irving, which then allows Jokic to hit him down low. So often when a possession isn't going well, Nikola can make something out of absolutely nothing, as here he makes the catch with one hand and then instantly hits the cutting Strother for two. In transition, now that Denver have Westbrook, Jokic doesn't have to handle the ball all the time, which allows him to get looks like this, as he seals off the Mavericks defender and scores an easy bucket. Not only does he create plays for the team, but he also cleans them up, as here not only does he create the driving lane for Russ, but he also cleans up his miss. The ability to grab a defensive rebound and then instantly be able to make a hit-ahead pass is so deadly, as here off the Gafford fumble, like an NFL quarterback, he makes a touchdown pass to Peyton Watson. But of course what makes his playmaking so dangerous is because he's such a good scorer, here decimating Daniel Gafford for an easy hook shot. Denver did this a lot throughout the game, as Dallas kept conceding switches on pick and rolls, as Kyrie Irving has no business trying to guard the Joker. This play shows off the true genius of Jokic, as off his own miss, he's able to bat the ball out to a direction where he knows his teammate will be, resulting in an open three for Watson. The pick and roll action with Jokic was especially effective in this game because Dallas kept conceding switches, as here Jokic hands it off to Murray, who takes advantage of the Gafford mismatch. This is a very simple yet effective play, as here Jokic gets it down low, but this is exactly what he wants, as he fires it back out to the open Brown, who pays off the play. Here it is again, this time creating a wide open dunk for Christian Brown. Now that was a bad defensive play on the part of the Mavericks, but that's the kind of attention we're talking about with Nikola Jokic. Then here it's the opposite story, as this time the Mavericks leave Jokic wide open and he makes them pay again. All throughout the game, Jokic was picking apart the Mavericks defense, as here he knows they're going to switch, as he gets Luka matched up on him, and even though he misses, he grabs the offensive rebound and is then fouled by Thompson, gaining some free throws. Now with Jokic getting aggressive offensively toward the end of the third quarter, Dallas do exactly what he wants them to do, send more double teams, as here he fires the pass out to Strother for the corner hit. Here Dallas double again, and it's exactly the same result, this time making the pass in the near side corner for a Watson triple. It became evident the more this game went on that Dallas have no idea what to do with the Joker, as here they get caught in three minds. Should we switch, should we double, or should we stay home? And in the end, they just give Jokic an open lane where he scores. But it wasn't as bad as this possession defensively, as here both Thompson and Gafford go to Murray, and Jokic knows the pass will be made, so he stays put at the top of the arc, and he's correct, making a big time three down the stretch. Here it's defense to offense, as the Joker gets the steal on one end, and then is able to follow up his own miss on the other, putting the Nuggets back up too late in the ballgame. There's no correct answer when it comes to defending the Joker, as here Dallas stay home, and Nikola cooks Gafford anyway. And here to put Denver into a position where they would end up winning the game, he makes a backdoor cut for two. This otherworldly performance of 37, 18, and 15 now sees the Joker averaging an incredible 28.9 points, 13.2 rebounds, 11.3 assists, along with 1.6 steals and 1.1 blocks on the season. The NBA has not seen numbers like this since the days of Wilt Chamberlain back in the 60s, but even that doesn't match what Jokic is currently doing. Now yes, Wilt Chamberlain had a season where he averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds, but one thing he never did was average average a triple-double. Not only that, but in those years where Wilt Chamberlain led the NBA in scoring, which was from the 1959-60 season, which was his rookie year, all the way through to the 1964-65 season, he won exactly 0 titles. This style of play didn't lead to wins, as his teammates were not involved, as they were not able to make shots when they needed to. The same can also be said for Russell Westbrook and James Harden in the middle of the 2010s, as in the 2018-19 season, Harden averaged 36.1 points, 7.5 rebounds and 2 steals, and Westbrook had a season where he averaged a 31-point triple-double. But the same can be said for Russ and James. They also won 0 titles in that time and still haven't. But for Nikola Jokic, he was able to put up these massive numbers that stuffed the stat sheet on the way to winning ball games. Despite having a key player like Aaron Gordon out and not having a good bench anyway, Nikola Jokic consistently makes everybody better. All you have to do when Jokic is your teammate is make open shots. That's literally it. Because, as we covered earlier, there's no real method to guarding him. If you stay home on Jokic, he's an elite scorer one-on-one down low and can basically get a shot at will, as he's able to connect on turnaround fadeaways, hook shots, or just barrel right through your chest. If you send the double, this is his favorite, as he's able to make the outlet pass to a shooter. If you blitz him, he's not phased at all, as again, he'll make an outlet pass to a shooter from above the break. He's also dangerous, as he's able to hit targets on the move and set up guys for open looks using dribble handoffs. Then when you pair that dribble handoff ability with his screen setting, this guy is absolutely unstoppable on the offensive end of the floor. But it's not just the offensive side of the floor where he's been able to make a real impact. Many talk show hosts and media analysts often call out his perceived lack of defense. However, I don't know where they're getting those claims from, because Nikola Jokic has actually been one of the best defenders in the league over the last few seasons. Over the last 4 years, Nikola Jokic has ranked first for defensive box plus minus every season. So for someone who's supposed to be a horrible defender, those are pretty good numbers. And beyond just that, he also ranked first in the last 5 seasons for all of these stats: win shares per 48 minutes, overall box plus minus, offensive box plus minus, value over replacement, player efficiency rating, overall win shares, and offensive win shares. So there's no doubt in my mind that Nikola Jokic is still the best player in the NBA and has been for the last 5 seasons. Then if we dive deeper into his defensive impact using Crafted NBA, it gets even better. On Crafted NBA, they have a tool where it takes into account basically every aspect of being a basketball player, and their ranking system put him in the 98th percentile as an overall defensive player. And of course, if you're interested, he's obviously in the 100th percentile as an offensive player. So when the question is asked about who is the best two-way player in the NBA right now, for me, you can't look past Nikola Jokic. Then from a team standpoint, Denver had a tough start to the season as they dropped their first 2 games. But at the time of recording this video, the Nuggets are now 7-3, good for the 4th seed in the Western Conference. With Nikola Jokic playing at a level we've never seen before in the NBA, all he needs is 20 points a night from Jamal Murray, 15 from Porter Jr., and for everybody else to just make open shots when he passes them the ball. If all this goes in Denver's favor, I could see them beating anybody in a 7-game series, as when everything's clicking, I still believe they're the best team in basketball. I know lots of people have questions about this team when it comes to Jamal Murray's health, the fit of Russell Westbrook, and how much responsibility the young guys have. But I'm personally able to look past these issues, as for me, the Denver Nuggets are still title contenders just because of how good Nikola Jokic is at the game of basketball. But what do you guys think? Are the Denver Nuggets still the best team in the Western Conference, or has a new era of talented players and teams taken over? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section below.